Hey, it's Ryan with 97.7 QLZ back in the green room, back to the home edition today. Rocko, I told you I got a fridge delivered earlier on, so we're doing this at home. Rocko, you are the drummer of a band called Westcreek, a band that we've had in the Artist Spotlight, which I told you about, new on Q spinning right now. So appreciate you joining us, man. How you doing?
I'm doing good, Ryan. Thank you for having us.
And where are you at? I know you guys are San Antonio, correct? Down in Texas?
Correct.
Dude,
Yeah,
it
San
looks
Antonio.
it looks looks nice out there today.
We have had gorgeous weather lately. I don't know if you've ever been to Texas, San Antonio, but our summers are brutal. And so just the past 2 weeks, it's been like a high of 87, which is like tropical for us. Because summers it got up to like 109,
Yeah, it's
110.
crazy.
It's hot. It gets hot. It's brutal. And so yeah, right now it's gorgeous. I think it's like 82 degrees. So I was like, I'm going outside because, you know, now's the time to take advantage.
I know, dude. It looks nice outside, and like I said, you're the drummer. I mean, I always kind of, and I've never gotten to do a lot of interviews with the drummer before. It's always everyone's like, "Oh, we're just gonna kind of cast the drummer aside." But I'm like, this is the chance for the drummer to kind of take things over and just kind of do whatever the hell you want.
Right on, right on.
So cool, man. Like I said, man, "Let Me Bleed's the new song from you guys right now. Like I said, we're spinning it on new on Q every single Saturday nights, 8 until 10. You can stream us WQLZ.com. And Rocko, whenever we have like a song like on the spotlight featuring like this, and the first time I get to know a band, what do you want fans and listeners, especially our QLZ audience, to kind of know about this song?
This song, it's obviously like you said, it's called "Let Me Bleed." It's got a little bit of a funny backstory. Dan works in automotive, and one of his buddies came up to him one day, and he was like, "Hey, man, I had this dream or something along those lines," and he was like, "It'd be cool if somebody wrote a song called "Let Me Bleed." And Dan takes everything that just comes his way. He's like, "I got you." So sure enough, like a few days later, he wrote "Let Me Bleed," and basically the way he drew inspiration from it was "Let Me Bleed" is just kind of like a take on let me make my own mistakes
Mhm.
and learn from them my way. I know you have your opinions. I know you have uh, your your suggestions on what I should do, but you know what? Just let me bleed. And so that's basically how the song is about and what's it about. We try to well Dan tries to write things that are very like down to earth
Mhm.
and just kind of like just real little life stories, stuff that just comes into our lives. We don't really write about weird, crazy stuff. You know, at one point in time, I was trying to help Dan write some lyrics, and he was like, "Nah, dude, that's too complicated. Like our lyrics need to be dumb." I was like, "Okay," and it works. It works.
It does. What's it like to be just relatable to people? I think that's the biggest thing. It's just, like you said, you're writing. I think that's, if you look at some of the really some of the newer bands out there that I'm personally excited about, I got to dive into more stuff from you guys because, like I said, I got this email blast and it was like, all right, I have no idea who this band is. Let's tune it. I was like, the song's really good. Let's get this on. But like, guys like Saul and Any Given Sin are kind of some up and coming bands that the way they write, it's so relatable to people. So for you guys, like when you write something like "Let Me Bleed," and I want to talk about the video as well because people need to watch the video of the song. It's a pretty powerful thing. But kind of what's it like to just kind of be like, hey, our stance is kind of be relatable to people.
Yeah, I mean that's really the way we just approach it.
Mhm.
Some of my favorite bands like Dream Theater and Between the Buried and Me, like it's hard for people to get into stuff like that because it's so
Yeah.
technical and so long and like we just try to be ourselves and we try to keep the songs short and sweet and you know that's basically how we just approach everything.
No, and
And
I like
catchy
it. And again, man, the song,
and catchy hooks,
yeah.
catchy hooks, catchy choruses. You know?
It's good, man. Give them like 3.5 minutes, make people want more. That's the thing. It's like I've told people that, like some of the songs are like 2.5 minutes. It's like, damn it, you couldn't have made the song like a minute longer because I want more. But I think at the same time, that's always a good thing, leaving people wanting more as
Absolutely.
well. So
Absolutely.
so with this video, like you guys write things that are very relatable to people, but like who came up with the idea for the video? Because I'll let you explain it, how much detail you want to go in the video, but I mean, it's one that I think a lot of people need to watch because I think it's one that's powerful. It brings you in and it gives the song just an entirely new feel to it as well.
Yeah, absolutely. So basically, the synopsis for the video is um, boyfriend, girlfriend, guy's got a drinking problem, drinks too much, gets in a car accident, kills his girlfriend. It's horrible, right? The way we came up with the idea was just a lot of spitballing back and forth. I had ideas, Dan had ideas, and then our videographer Kevin, he's the one that came up with the final. Like, you know what, this is what we have to work with. We have a day to shoot. You know, we did it in like 7.5 hours.
Oh, okay.
And he goes, this is what we can get done. Let's do it this way. And we're like, okay, cool, sounds great. Yeah, at one point in time, we had talked about having a scene where Dan loses at a poker table, and we all just beat him up. Then we had we had another idea where oh man, I can't. It escapes me now. But anyway,
Okay.
we had a bunch of stuff just floating out there, and the actors that we have in the video, one of them is a very good friend of mine. I work with her. She's in theater. Her name's Kiki. She's she's super awesome, super great. She's wonderful, and she did that last minute.
Okay.
I basically told her like, "Hey, we have an idea. We're shooting a video in a week. Are you available?" And she was like, "Yeah, I totally am for sure. What's it about?" Blah blah blah. I told her, and she got her friend that's also in the video. His name is Aaron, I believe.
Okay.
Um, and he's also in theater with her. And they showed up and they killed it. They knocked it out fast. The acting scenes actually went faster than like our performance scenes, just
Okay.
because we had to do them over and over and over again. And yeah, that's basically it. It's a pretty powerful video. I know it can be pretty hard for some people to watch
Mhm.
because I've had close friends that you know it's happened in their circle of friends and stuff like that, and it's pretty crazy. Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
It is, and we'll have the video linked here when we get the interview posted today. WQLZ.com. We'll have the video in there for people as well. Because again, I think it's a good reminder of just how stuff can happen and things can get out of control. I think it's always a nice reminder. So I'm glad you guys did something that's it affects a lot of people. So I'm glad you guys went about and did that. I know you guys had an album release in 2022, and Rocko, as you and I talked before we got going, people's attention spans are about like that today. A lot
Yeah,
of a lot of them, you always got to be constantly feeding them and feeding them and feeding them stuff. So obviously, Let Me Bleed has just been out now for about a month. You guys are having a nice little run with it right now, which is great, especially as an up and coming band. What do you guys want to do like the rest of the year for music wise? You guys looking to get some more new music out there this year, going early to next year? Kind of what's the plan for you guys?
the plan is, so we have 5 songs that we went and recorded along
Okay.
with Let Me Bleed, so 5 in total. The plan was to do an EP. I think the plan has kind of changed to just releasing singles. um, we'll probably release the next one February sometime. There's always talks about
Mhm.
releasing singles during the holidays is always a bad idea.
Yeah.
So basically we'll just leave it up to the label for that. There's a song that we really want to release, and there's a song that the label really wants to release. So it's like, man, and then like, so our label, shout out to Wake Up Music Rocks and
Mhm.
Kipper Gomez. She's wonderful. She's been doing such a great job, and getting us in contact with people like you guys. Like you said, you've never heard us, and we've never heard of you guys. So it's awesome to be exposed to like so many different new people, and just like the song is doing really well on Spotify. It's over like 20,000 streams, and we went from 89 monthly listeners to 14,600 or something like that.
Yeah, it's
Go
incredible right now. If you
go
if you get
figure.
one, yeah, if you get one thing that catches fire right now, it's unbelievable. So I'm again like I'm like the art spotlight I told you about. It's a whole feature about. I know you guys are on a label, but again, like a lot of independents, a lot of up and coming bands such as yourself, and it's like, hey, let's get this out there. You can hear a song by this band. If you like more, I don't believe that people are listening to QLZ 24/7 because it's literally impossible. Other people have other things to do. But like, hey, if you like what you hear, go ahead, check out this band, see what else they've got out there. And I need to do that, more with you guys as well. I try to listen to at least a couple of songs for every band I interview, but I'm like, there's a lot of music out there, a lot of stuff. So kind of like, what's it been like for you guys again to see the success of it? Like you said, monthly listeners are way up. I can see the number of streams when we go to things, and obviously on Spotify and all that stuff too. Kind of what's this been like for you guys over this last month to kind of see this growth for the band?
It's been a little shocking and surprising,
Mhm.
honestly. And like as far as moving forward, we're really not sure. we're
Okay.
just gonna we're just gonna keep on keeping on. Like we are been talking about shooting another music video pretty
Mhm.
soon. Um, and that's basically it. Just stay active on social media, and keep talking to radio stations and just see what happens. Just see what happens.
Just enjoy the ride. Just
Yeah.
enjoy it. Yeah. That's awesome. I think it's the best way to go, and just kind of whatever happens will happen. Again, man, hopefully more people get behind you guys. Rocko, I know the crazy thing too, like you guys all have day jobs. Like I know you told me you're like, yeah, I gotta go work in like 20 minutes.
Gotta go to work.
I think it's what a lot of people need to realize as well, man. Some of these new bands, like you guys obviously have day jobs as well. But Rocko, before I let you run out, man, question I need to ask you that I ask every single band that I talk to. So I used to work in Wisconsin before I came down here to Springfield. Asking bands their favorite no skip records of all time, from start to finish, those albums that your favorite complete albums of all time that you don't skip any songs on. So I know you said, man, you're a big Dream Theater fan. So what are some of your favorite complete albums of all time?
Oh, Dream Theater Metropolis Part 2, Scenes from a Memory, hands down. Best album of all time. And then after that, Between the Buried and Me, Coma Ecliptic. Can't skip it. And then my guilty pleasure, I have to say, Limp Bizkit, Significant Other. I love that album. No, can't skip.
Yes,
no skips.
I asked the question. I asked the question this morning. I ask a different question to our listeners every single morning, and today was. It's funny that you mentioned that album because it's like songs that remind you of being a teenager, and now you mentioned that I'm like I'm back to being 13, 14 years old again. So perfect timing on that. Rocko, I don't know if we lost you or not. Oh, there he is. And he's back.
Yeah, there he is. Sorry, I dropped you.
No, you're
okay.
Good, man.
So,
good, yeah, go ahead.
You were talking about Limp Bizkit, songs that remind you of being a teenager.
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, yeah. Well, songs that remind me of being a teenager is, of course, Significant Other. And, of course, $3 Bill, y'all, when that came out. That was awesome. And then, of course, like Metallica. Like, it's Metallica. Pantera. Yeah. I just recently went to Arlington about a month ago. It was Metallica, Pantera, and Mammoth. And it was amazing getting to see Pantera. It was something that I never thought I'd be able to do, because when Pantera was big, I was in middle school. So I was basically like a little kid, so I couldn't really go to concerts, like I didn't have an older brother or anybody like that to take me to that stuff. So when Dime passed away, that was just like, great, that's it, it's over, and then Vinny passed away, and of course he's one of the biggest inspirations for drumming for a lot of drummers, and so that was a big shot to the gut too. It's like, man, but then when they got together and I got to see him in Arlington, it was just I was smiling from ear to ear. It was great. They sounded incredible. Phil sounded amazing, and so it was really cool to see those guys finally.
And you saw Metallica, which again,
and of course, saw Metallica.
Yeah. I mean, getting to see Pantera and Metallica in one night. I mean, what Metallica's doing with this tour is insane. It's coming here to St. Louis in less than a month, which I know we just gave some tickets out for, and people are excited about. But dude, that's awesome. Rocko, before I let you go, man, where can people follow you guys on the socials? Obviously, where can people buy merch for you guys as well if they want to go out and support the band? Where can everybody follow you guys, buy merch, all that good stuff?
Right now, buying merch is just shows. We're trying to figure out a way to get merch online. Like you said, we got day jobs. We're busy. Yeah. We're trying to make the most of it. And then, of course, on the socials, just Westcreek Official. You'll be able to find us. It's pretty easy. Yeah, we're on Facebook, Instagram, a little bit of TikTok. I can't stand TikTok. our bass player runs that. And Twitter, but we're most active on Facebook and Instagram for sure.
Awesome. Well, again, man, Westcreek, Let Me Bleed, song you can hear on New on Q every single Saturday night, 8 until 10. So, Rocko, I'll let you get to work, man. Appreciate you stopping by and hanging out.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for having me.